No,
that's where I would be.
I would never do that.
I mean, have you seen Dr. Oz's new campaign ad? It makes me want to vote Republican.
I did. Oh, really?
No. No.
I just this week found out he was running for Senate. I had no
really?
idea.
He's
I didn't know he was.
Trump-endorsed.
He's Trump endorsed.
Well, okay. Just imagine your typical Republican ad. What's happening?
Guns.
Yes, and that's what's happening in a Dr. Oz political ad.
That's it.
He's shooting guns.
So I mean, like,
Everything from a
what's his
shotgun to
angle?
a handgun to
He's
like
also-
an AR-15.
I don't see how he can win because he's pro-choice. He's pro-LGBT.
Not really.
He is.
Not now.
He's come out as even now. He has not taken a stance. Because when I looked him up and I saw the whole
he's not
Senate,
taking a stance on it, but
he hasn't changed. He hasn't changed his. He's come out.
That's the Republican shuffle.
But that's what I'm saying.
You start out being like, think of Reagan.
In the past, he said that, but he hasn't changed it since running for Senate. I'm like, if you're trying to run for a Senate seat and you're Trump endorsed, wouldn't you have to change that policy?
Trump was
especially.
Trump was pro-abortion.
Put a bunch of guns in my political ad and put a slide country twangy
That's
guitar in there.
It's the Republican shuffle. It's the Republican shuffle he's doing because like Trump started that way too, pro-choice, and then they do that quiet period, and then they come because a lot of conservative voters are like fish. Like goldfish. They come back like Plastic Castle. Wow, didn't know that was there. 3 seconds of Plastic Castle. Did it? So like they forget what happened in the time that it takes them to swim around the bowl and see the castle again.
Dory from Finding Nemo. And Dr. Oz's campaign sign is so lazy. It's just his TV logo with U.S. Senate underneath it.
Well, he already paid for it. So.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I wouldn't be surprised if on the actual ballot it says Dr. Oz and not his real name.
I wouldn't be surprised. Because it's Ozarinsky, right? Or something
it's
crap?
Mehmet Oz.
Yeah.
Mehmet Oz.
Mehmet Oz. It doesn't exactly roll off the tongue like Dr. Oz.
No.
Well, because he's very much counting on the whole Trump phenomenon where, people vote because celebrities. So he's gonna run on Dr. Oz. Like it's gonna be on the
you would have to, yeah.
Because people see Mehmet Oz, like, who's that?
Not everybody can be as lucky as our county mayor, who is known by both his
Mayor
names. Mayor Kane? Glenn Jacobs, but they also they know him as Kane, but they know Glenn Jacobs too, so they know that name.
I know him
I
as Mayor
saw that guy
Onesie.
in the best ladder match I've ever seen in my life. Of course I'm voting for him.
Yes!
I still can't. I can never vote for someone who I've seen like their whole hog like in a onesie. I just can't. I have a few rules, and that's definitely one of those hard lines.
You mean if you saw Biden's junk in a
onesie, I would not be able to vote for him.
Could you see the wrinkles? You think if you saw him in that?
Biden
I don't think your hog ever gets wrinkled.
Biden would have worn like
You've
one
never-
of those like
you don't have
old-fashioned like one-piece bathing suits from like the 20s.
Yeah,
yeah,
and the bathing cap and the goggles.
the bathing cap.
So like the actual wrestler.
Or like a leotard kind. It looks like
Yeah.
a leotard basically.
We're talking
He
about
would've
yeah,
worn something like that.
Oh no, he would have worn like an El Santo Mexican thing with the mask on.
Oh Lord.
El Santo, you know what I'm talking about, Santo.
I don't know. So was he wearing this onesie down at the fishing hole? Is that what you guys are getting at?
Oh, I'm sure he was at one point. Yeah.
Down at the yeah. All right, makes sense. I mean, I haven't seen those pictures yet, so
We'll get them to you. Don't worry.
once I do, I won't be able to vote for him. I'm telling you now. That's my hard line.
Well, he was going to be a huge success down at the fishing hole, as we talked about last week.
One day you be a big one.
It's and in the bathing suit's striped. It has to be striped, right? It's like wool. Those bathing suits back then were like wool, weren't they?
See, that wouldn't show the hog.
No, it wouldn't. It's not tight enough.
Like the modern day onesies, a mayor onesie.
Well, that's latex.
Yeah.
Spandex.
Spandex.
Latex.
Yeah.
Spandex.
It used to be colder, so I'm sure they had wool bathing suits.
Yeah, because they didn't have the whole global warming problem at the fishing hole.
Yeah.
It's like warm it up.
It's like, man, it's 9 degrees. It's still October. What's that about?
It's hot out here. Why is it so? Well, sir, you're wearing a onesie and it's wool, and it's July. So,
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was like cotton.
I remember Ricardo wearing one of those back in 19 zippity doo dah.
I bet would be able to find pictures of like Biden doing like the old people's like where they run
Like
out in the ocean,
backstroke?
the polar thing.
When they what?
When they like get in their wool onesies and they run the ocean,
Oh.
like the pool or something.
And they splash each other and,
Yeah.
and they run back out. Because every old home movie you see from the 20s and 30s, that's all they do.
Yes, like that was what the ocean was for. But to be fair, like that's when they could see the bottom of the ocean before the trash and stuff like took
Right.
over.
Have you ever seen? Actually, I've seen home movie like footage from like the early 1900s, late 1800s. People wearing full piece, 3-piece suits down to the beach. That's beachwear, and they would just roll the pant legs up.
My son,
Women just wear dresses, get them wet,
yeah.
because there was no. Apparently, there was
It
no.
was time to get dressed up back in those days.
Well, there was no good beachwear back then. Apparently.
Well, yeah. I mean, but you're also talking about the times when like it would be 90 degrees out, no AC, and women had to wear like the undercoat, the petticoat, the underwear, all that stuff, and like put on their wool outfit. Like women were literally passing out constantly because they could not breathe.
Where was the V-neck when you needed it back then?
Well, I'm sure back then it was like, oh, we can't sexualize women.
Yeah, like so everything was down to the ankles, boots up to the knee.
Well, even guys wearing, like I said, 3-piece suits. Like, what's the point?
You just know everyone had a stink back then.
Oh God, yeah.
Super stink.
Nobody smelled good
Because they
back
wore
then.
like one outfit that was 9,000 layers.
And they
every day.
rarely showered, or if they did,
Yeah.
like
Deodorant wasn't real.
I'm a
I
big
think.
I'm a big Three Stooges fan, and a running joke that they would do, and the reason why they do it is because it was the norm. They'd be like, "What's that smell?" And I'd be like, "Well, don't look at me. I showered on Saturday." And that's what people would do back then. They would shower or bathe
On
like
Sunday.
on Sunday or once a week. You know,
Before
that was
church.
the normal. That was the
And
norm.
that's when they got wear, and then they got wear their once a week church outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That probably didn't smell as bad because they bathed before they wore it,
They
and they
did.
only wore it once a week.
Can you wash away that much gross in one sitting from a week's worth of gross?
Back in my day, we only bathed once a week.
Yeah.
down at the fishing hole?
Now here's the thing.
That's what it's for.
Now here's the thing. You don't have to shower every day. I do because I'm just one of those people. But you could skip a day. But skipping 6 days, that's pushing it.
I feel like you should shower every day if you can.
That's what I do. That's what I do. It's not. It's supposed to be not good for your pores or something. But I don't care. I do it every day.
I can't do the whole. Like you have to at least take like a whore bath, right? Like if you skip the day.
Enlighten me.
That's
A whore bath?
yeah. Where
Yeah.
you just wash like the stinky parts, like with a rag.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was called because they used to have the bowl by their beds, and they would just wipe themselves their stinky parts down in their no squares and stuff, and get ready to go again.
I had never heard that before.
Me neither.
but- Okay.
Oh.
Now we know.
No, it's
Now we know.
literally a term. Like that's why.
I
Now we are
believe you.
enlightened.
I believe you.
I was like, why's everyone looking at me? Like, that's
I
so, like,
believe you.
so you would have to do that, right? At least
Yeah.
if you skip a day, I think.
Sure.
I don't know. I feel like you do.
Let's just go with music.
All right.
We get into a weird. Hey, here's the Mission Impossible theme. They did it. Remember the movie came out in '96,
Yay.
and so they redubbed it.
I bet Tom
for-
Cruise has taken quite a few whore baths.
You
In
can
the
count on
Scientology,
that.
yep.
You can count, and I bet he's wore a wool onesie too. I
Yep.
can guarantee it, and a full suit down to the beach.
Well, he's tried to like recruit you into Scientology.
Cults. See,
Hashtag no days off.
this is what I love about
There
the
you
show.
go.
It's 360, complete circle.